change what I am. I was a young troubadour when I wrote in on a song. I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone.
Oh, no. 1038, welcome back to our daily show on this 15th day of March. Brady Dabbs in studio, Liberty Village of Jerseyville. Villas coming here shortly. This is exciting, Brady.
We've got one coming.
Well, and take me through, the need for this. Was this something that you guys have started to see as a growing need and wanted to address?
Well, Don Fike is our president, and he has a vision of the Liberty Village campuses, and we have several, I think like 14 in Illinois. We have 3 in Nevada. 3 in Iowa, and then we did have 3 in Florida, but they sold. And most of them are campuses. We started with the Manor in 92 92-bed nursing home, and then we've added on and grown over the years, and all the way to independent and assisted living over at Hawthorne Inn. And now the villas are they're 2-bedroom, 2-bath homes, and there is it just being a part of our community, a senior community and there's a lot of perks to owning one and being on our campus, and it's something that we've got 9 villas. We're building our 10th, and we can build them, customize them for anyone who would want to build one. They just meet with our builder, and that's the process. But there is a as well as the Manor and Hawthorne have done the villas. Obviously it's a big purchase.
Right.
And you want to live in a senior community. It's a great opportunity, and we're hoping it does. We're hoping we can keep just building.
Well, and especially when you have affordable, homes for active adults, because that's really what this is all about. You're a part of this vibrant community that has a lot of amenities, and plus you're in the campus of, Liberty Village, and you get all these, and we'll talk about those. But what I like too is it's not just an affordable home. I mean, these are nice looking properties.
Yes.
They aren't what I would perceive them as if I was a senior going, well, I'll take a look. I mean, you're stepping into luxury living.
Yeah, and even though some people downsize, these are still 1,700 square feet, all floor, individual. We're doing 3 single-family homes for the 55 and over active adult. They are all around 1,700 to nearly 1,800 square feet. And they are, so there are people that have to downsize, but you can bring stuff with you too. It's not like you have to leave stuff behind when you go into a villa. You obviously have a lot more options to bring stuff than you would if you went into Hawthorne and then eventually, the Manor. So you still can live your lifestyle, bring what you want. We do the lawn care, we do the snow removal for a maintenance fee a month, and, you can travel. We have a villa owner, a couple that live in a villa, and they snowbird. So they will come back in April, and they go down to Florida for the winter. So, but yeah, they just make their maintenance payment, and they don't have any worries when they're gone.
Right, and how cool is that, though, to still live your life like you would? Now you're just in a control, and not really a control, but a campus environment where you know where to go if something happens.
Yes, and that's part of it, too. It's age in place. So if you do need, if you're in a villa 10 or 12 years and you need Hawthorne Inn, we have studios, 1-bed, 2-bed, and 2-bedroom with dining. So we have 4 different floor plans there. And people, we had villa owners move into Hawthorne, and it makes all the sense in the world. And then subsequently, after they can be in Hawthorne Inn for who knows how many years. So it's the best life. We say live your best life because it really is. The socialization aspect is huge. I can't tell you how many. I tell people you can be as social as you want, as private as you want, but the fact of the matter is most people are social. Well, and you make friends, and that's all part of it.
Well, and too, that's a huge point, because during COVID, I was always talking about that. It's the socialization of our seniors and our children that are in abusive homes and don't have an outlet. And when schools closed, and the seniors, we were talking to a few organizations, that's a huge benefit to living. Yes. Is having that conversation and everything else, Brady. But also, I wanted to really want to focus on this. This is what I think's great. How about you get a membership to the fitness center on top of this? You get wellness programs. You're invited to the social events. Salon barbershop available. Meals available for purchase. Scheduled group transportation. I mean, this is, to me, a match made in heaven for so many people. There goes the worry of, Well, now what?
Yes, I agree. That is the perks are great, and we have a lady right now. She goes to AJ's Fitness sometimes twice a day. She comes over in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon.
She's got me beat.
She loves it. She loves it. But there are other benefits.
Right.
We have I just did a commercial in Jerseyville at WJBM, and we had a lady whose husband has needed rehab at the manor at Bounce Back a few times, and it's right there, and she can walk over and visit him. I mean, it's just they've thought of everything really with the campus. Don did, and it just makes all the sense in the world. If you can make it happen, it's worth doing.
Well, and especially for the loved ones in your life, family members, children, grandchildren, when you get to that later stage in life, you got to start planning for when things start to get a little bit harder, like mobility and driving to doctor's appointments, making sure we get mom to the grocery store, get groceries, do something. Now we don't really have to worry about that because it's all set in place. Yeah,
and we have a medical director that comes to our campus too, which helps, and also a nurse practitioner who comes, and it is a really, and our campus is really friendly and really nice, and like I said, I've been there pretty much 18 years, and I would not be there today if I didn't believe in what we do and love the people that are there.
Well, and also what I like too, and I wanted to ask you, this is a question of mine. When someone buys a villa, and it looks great, it's being maintained the lawn's being maintained, everything, all the meticulous stuff's taken care of. Can they still, plant flowers and do things?
There are a few restrictions where we do. Really, you can do some things. You just, because it is an age-restricted community. It's basically, how you look at it is everything that you're restricted to do, and it's really, you can call us and we can check and make sure we can do certain things. We do suggest raised beds, but there are people that have beautiful flowers out front. They can do flowers and all that stuff. But it is a community where you don't want somebody leaving their vehicle. Their vehicle in the driveway or on the road. They need to be in the garage. I mean, it's everything everybody wants. You're not going to have somebody, wheeling a camper. You're not going to have kids running next door and running through your backyard. It's for the senior, the active senior, but it is all those are designed to make it how you want it.
That's what I was curious about. See, that's what I love about this, because you just hit all the boxes for so many people. When you get older, you don't want folks running in and out. You don't want dilapidated cars sitting in driveways with flat tires, and the city's put 45 tickets on it by now and it's still there. You're taken care of and you feel safe. That's the big thing. It is
I will say the best thing about that, and it's on Freedom Lane right behind on the backside of our campus, but the best thing about that, it's not a through road. There are 54 lots or something, so it could, it's got a lot of, it could just grow immensely. But we have 9 villas and the 10th one's being built. But what I love is it's not a through road. There's no traffic, virtually no traffic. It is just a nice little quiet area. You can't hear the highway traffic from the road. It is just a perfect little area. It really is. And all our villa owners love it. And they all, like I said, not everybody comes and uses AJ's Fitness. Not everybody's been to Bounce Back or their spouse has been to Bounce Back, but it's there if you need it.
Well, and just like what Brady said, bliss. You don't have any of that craziness. You're just able to comfortably live. And that's a huge needed bonus right now for so many people that are experiencing some of the problems they are in their current situation. And, so how do the villas development work? Do you only build if someone calls and says, this is what I want?
We're building a spec home right now.
Okay.
So that's what's precipitated us to change our advertising and really start pushing. And it is spring. It's a great time to do it. We can build, we custom build homes. So if you wanted to meet with us and our builder, what I'll tell you, the process usually is pretty much you put a 25% down. You meet with our builder, find out what you want.
Right.
Find out what you want, because we have allowances for this, flooring and countertops and different things. We have allowances. So you go in with our builder, you figure out what you want, and then you put 25% down. Once the roof is on and the walls are up, it's 35% more. And so these are installments.
Yeah.
And then once it's trimmed in and the doors are on, it's another 30%. And at closing, it's 10%. So it is, and it's no worries to them. No worries to the builder. Whoever wants to build it, it'll be done. They say right now 6 months to 8 months to build one. depending on materials and such. But it is, if you can do it, and I know a lot of people would do it if they could.
Right.
If you can do it, it's really something to look at.
Now, not to cut you off, but
you're good.
just a question about the age. So what are the age requirements? What's the age to enter?
To occupy, you have to be 55 and over.
Okay.
Now, we did have an instance several years ago where a couple lived there, but their son, who was an attorney in Chicago, he owned it, and they lived there. But one of the occupants has to be 55 or over.
Gotcha.
One of the occupants has to be 55 and older.
And now, can someone be 54 and a half and they call you and say, I want to build this home for when I turn 50? Just the gray area questions.
I do believe you can. I think there is some allowance for a 10% to not be 55. I think that was right now that would be our 10th villa. So
right.
Yeah, if you're close, I don't think that's a deal breaker. I really don't. I think by the time it's built, you might be 55.
Right.
That would be a case-by-case situation, and we would have to get approval for that. But that to me sounds fair that I don't know that would be a deal breaker. I just think, timing-wise, it'd be close enough. I don't think we'd look at it.
I like the payment. I like the installment payments because you aren't scaring anybody away. Because, it's a bigger purchase. Yeah. But to do it this way, where you're doing this to where it's easing the pocketbook a little bit for the individual and the family is wonderful.
Yes, and a lot of people, they have homes they can sell, and like if they're on the farm, that's one thing I will say, people that are on the farm, people that are used to maybe want to return on the farms, downsizing from a large home or farm, they are unable to live or maintain their current home. They're moving away from the large city. They want to belong to a community. They want to return to the community where their family and friends are.
Yeah.
Things like that are huge. And we definitely, there's many reasons. Everybody's got a reason of why. And if they can do it, it's a great lifestyle. It's a great campus, great people, and you are invited to every social event. Any event we have at Hawthorne Inn, the villa owners are invited. I did lunch and learns for like 4 years, and I invited the villa owners to every lunch and learn I did.
Wonderful.
From January to September, from like 16 to COVID, when COVID hit. So they are invited to all those, and some come depending on the topic if they're interested, and some never came. But
right.
But you can, and there's just so many things to do. Like I said, it's a great campus for being active and feeling like you're a part of that community, and we're all friends.
Well, and that's what I like too. Have you noticed just meeting with some of the villa owners, maybe a couple of days into their move to the villas, and then 6 months later, can you see a turnaround in their morale too? Because sometimes to be a part of it, you can see them kind of really enjoying this.
Yes, and the villa owners we don't see as much, like Hawthorne.
Right.
I see every day because they are. That's where I'm based out of now. I was 15 and a half years at our main facility, Jerseyville Manor, and then the last 2.5 years I've been at Hawthorne Inn. But the villa owners I'm very close to. I go visit them, different times of the year. I'll go over and see how they're doing, and I do see, when they come, a lot of times they do come find me and say, hey, we really love it, and we want to let them know what they have access to at our place and what all the benefits are. Well,
and then, just before we take a brief pause and I pay my last bill of the week, you're on a great campus. You have Bounce Back, you have the Hawthorne Assisted Living, which is wonderful, plus Memory Lane and all of the great components to it. You're in a well-rounded campus.
It is what they call a CCRC, a Continuum of Care Retirement Campus. And that's, it's grown over the years, but we finally reached that point. And really, it's everything you need. It's everything you need. It's a very practical move. If you're looking for a retirement home, if you're looking for a retirement campus, a villa is a wonderful way to start if you can do it. The Hawthorne Inn is a wonderful place. Independent assisted living, you can do 80% of what you need done. We do the rest, for you. Med reminders and housekeeping, and just we take care of you, 3 hot meals a day. It is perfect for those that can do it. And I just love like I said, I love being there, and everybody's a friend there. All of them are my friends. So.
Absolutely. At 10:52, we'll take a quick pause, but I do have to take care of a little bit of business really briefly. As you all know, we did start our partnership with Centerstone because we talk all about their substance use disorder treatment campaign. Are you looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery? A life free from addictions possible, and it starts at Centerstone. They are a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages. With a commitment to delivering care that truly changes people's lives, Brady, this is what I love about this program. Their dedicated clinicians use evidence evidence-based practices in their treatment program. So it means it's tailored to that individual. It's not the same tried and maybe true, maybe not true formula that folks have been using. It's based on the latest science. With so many unknowns on that road to recovery, one thing you can know for certain is that Centerstone will be a constant guiding force for you on your journey. Addiction, it can happen to anybody, but so can recovery. So start working on it today by visiting Centerstone online, recoverwithus.org, or by calling 1-877-HOPE-123.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alt Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
With you when you go, that land of gentle breezes where the peaceful waters flow. Spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue.
I love how you guys can't hear what we're talking about. 10:55, microphone back on. Brady Dabbs back in studio. And, Brady, I think it's really great to highlight how wonderful the campus is overall, because there's a lot of, bad that comes with the industry time to time, and especially locally, there are some places that folks talk about. And everyone that's been either a part of Liberty Village, has been a part of Hawthorne, that's worked in any one of those facilities, everyone I've talked to said it was a great experience. It was a wonderful campus. And that's a testament, I think, to the knowledge of the staff, but also the knowledge of admin to create this really great environment for every active senior to the seniors that need the help.
Yes, and in the life and times we're in, several facilities, whether assisted living, long-term care, there are so many, COVID ran so many people. It changed a lot of careers. It just did. Yeah. And it shortened the CNAs, and it lessened, the amount of them. And one thing I've seen when I've gone around is I've seen the amount of agency staff, agency nurses, CNAs that are just flooding our area. We don't have any agency in our building.
Really?
They are all our own employees. So that also, I think this, especially currently, is remarkable.
Well, you're right.
And they do a wonderful job. I actually do staff appreciation for the campus, both Manor and Hawthorne. I do it the second and fourth Monday of the month. So that is something that I eventually will hand over to the HR director. But I've been doing it for over 2 years. But we appreciate our employees, and you have to show them that, because it is a family there. It is a great group, and it's just, like I said, I've been there 18 years, and I've seen other places. I've seen, but I've never wanted to leave, really.
Well, and that's, what I find fascinating about what you just said is you guys are kind of progressive right now in that sense, because I've talked to a few facilities, and we're agency, and now we're going, maybe not the best for us. Yeah, and we're coming back to having our in-house staff.
Yes, and they are trying to, and you still might need agency
for sure.
some nights or holidays, or you still, there may be, but most of the places I've gone, I just did a competition for them not too long ago, and maybe about 2 months ago, and I was going around, and that's what they all say. They say we're getting agency out of the building, and they're trying, and trying to build their own staff, but it is hard. This is a different time we're in right now. It's staffing is the hardest it's ever been, and it's not just our industry, it's across the board.
100% is the gamut. It is not industry specific. And getting back to this, because we have a couple of minutes left in our broadcast day, I do want to focus on ways people can reach out and say, Brady, Dabbs, I'm in, I want a villa, let's get me signed up and a part of this wonderful campus.
Yes, well, that is. I've got some ads coming out in local papers and online, and the Quality Living magazine. That's something we just started, and there's an ad with my face on it, and it has my phone number. So you would call Brady 618-946-7336. 618-946-7336. That is my hotline phone. That's a hotline phone facility. It is also my direct line to me. If you ever and I get calls for people that may need rehab. I get calls for people needing memory care, but that's the same number you call if you want a villa or are interested to talk to me. And we'll either talk on the phone or we can sit down and talk, but there's no commitment,
Right.
And I'm, a friendly guy. We'll just talk and see what your needs are.
There you go. And then we have one more minute for you. The floor is yours, Senator. Give us your elevator pitch on the villas, on Hawthorne, on Liberty Village, whatever you would like to talk about. The floor is yours.
I think one thing that's kind of hidden in this when you ask about a villa is if you're in your own home, if you're looking to buy a home, you want a home. The sense about building it, what makes sense is you build it, and so all those repairs you would have to do, a new roof, a new HVAC, and all those repairs you would have to do in a new villa. We got a 1-year warranty, and some things have, like a roof, 25-year manufacturer's warranty.
Right.
So you'll have warranties, and a new villa. By the time you figure all the costs and the $15,000 for bathroom remodel or whatever,
you're right.
Which is things have gone through the roof. By the time you figure all those, a villa makes a lot of sense.
It does. And I really hope that you all really take the opportunity to reach out to Brady, learn more about him, because I promise you, once you do, you're going to go, man, how fast can you get me in that sucker?
Well, there's one that's right there available probably around May and June. So
May and June, get on it now, 618-946-7336, and start that comfortable living right up there at Liberty Village of Jerseyville. The Villa's on that note. Have a great weekend. Try your best to stay out of jail.